Hello everyone. This is James Shore with another test-driven JavaScript video. I'm recording this on October 29th, 2012, picking up right where we left off in the last episode. What we're working on here in this chapter is testing the document object model, the HTML tags. And what we have is we have our WeWikiPaint page, and we're going to add a drawing area on this using Raphael. Raphael is a cross-platform vector graphics library for JavaScript, for client-side JavaScript. And we've got that set up so that it's being tested. We're testing that it's been initialized, and then we're actually initializing it. And in the last episode, we got that test working cross-platform. Now, it's a bit ugly. We need to refactor this. But before we do that, the next thing we want to do is make sure that that drawing area is respecting the dimensions of the enclosing div. So we are creating that drawing area in a very specific div with a name on it on this page, and we want to make sure that that we're creating it with the same dimensions as this actual as the actual div. So we have this working. Our tests are passing. Now let's write a new test to make sure that we're respecting those dimensions. Now this is going to start, we're going to end up with some duplication here, and I expect that this will cause us to improve our test infrastructure so that it's more generic. So we're going to start out by doing the exact same thing. I'm going to cut and paste to start with. Yes, terrible cut and paste. With the idea that we're going to factor out the common elements. So let's go ahead and add that to our to-do list. So we're going to create the element, but this time, rather than just creating it, let's create it with a very specific setting. And so to do that, what I think I'd like to do is use jQuery, our cross-platform HTML DOM manipulation library, use that to actually to set up what we want. So it might be easiest to just say that our test HTML is div something with style equals something like height 200, width 400, let's say. And then actually make sure that our div shows up in that way. Let's go ahead and give it a border as well. The reason I want to do that is because I want to actually run it in the debugger and see it show up. Solid black. Let's make it red. 2 pixels. There. I'll take that in a moment. I just want to see it show up. And then the other thing I want to do here is I actually want to add it to our document. I'm going to double check the jQuery documentation. Back in a moment. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, append is the correct thing to do here. So I should be able to just do that and see it work. So I'm going to go ahead and run that. And then bring up Chrome in the debugger. Set our breakpoint and then run it again. And what we should see, I was kind of expecting to see that show up here. Actually, you know what? I'll bet you, because there's nothing in that div, I'll bet you it got optimized out. Let's put something in there. Okay, we'll bring Chrome up again, and still nothing. Oh no, there it is. Okay. So it's just showing up below our our Raphael drawing area, which is a little surprising. I don't think that I don't think JS Test Driver clears our DOM between each test run. That's a real problem. That's a major deficiency in Testacular compared to JS Test Driver. JS Test Driver would reset your DOM every time, and actually had some really nice things to make it convenient to test the DOM. Okay. We're going to need to fix that. We're going to need to actually clear the DOM after each test run. Blech, what a pain. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and work on that first. Yeah, what we need to do is we need to assert that there isn't a WeWikiPaint drawing area. So we expect div.length 2 equals 0. And I'll bet you it'll say 1. Yeah, expected 1 to equal 0. So what that means is at the end of our test, we really need to have the div be removed. How do we do that? I don't remember. I will check that out and be back in a moment. Okay, yeah, it's just remove. So I should be able to say div remove at the end here. And yeah, now that works because we're not starting out. So this actually needs to happen even if our tests fail. Will it? No, it doesn't work even if the tests fail. Yeah, so this needs to happen in an after block. And I believe that the way you do that in Mocha, which is our test framework, I believe we do it this way. So we'll find it and remove it. Does that work? Well, not yet. Okay, there we go. And you know, that actually, the obvious thing to do here is say before each, we're going to do something similar. We're going to create the DOM. Well, no, I don't think I want to do that yet because that may work differently. So we need our div, our actual Raphael drawing area, to be a specific size, and we want it to be based on the div that it's enclosed in. Okay, I'm back. You know, I was actually doing the right thing. It was just as simple as remembering to put pixel dimensions on my height and width. So now, if we run that, which I have, and look at our actual running test, there is our 400 by 200 area. So we need to make sure that that shows up properly in the actual DOM, that Raphael respects that. So let's go ahead and let this finish. Make sure everything's still working. Good. Okay. So we can turn off this border. We don't care about that. The important thing here is the height and width. So, and we're confirming that there is no drawing area when we're done. That was just to check that behavior. So now what we need to do is initialize the production code and then verify that it has the appropriate size. Can we do that before the end? Maybe. I don't think it's going to be that hard. Well, actually, maybe it is going to be hard. The way I've dealt with this in the past is I've just exposed this paper variable. And that paper variable does have a width and height method on it. And that's kind of what I want to do. Yeah, let's just have this return the paper. That seems straightforward. So we can say that's our Raphael paper, and we can say we expect paper.width to equal 400, and we expect paper.height to equal 200. Is that going to work? Maybe. It's not working so far. Running a little over time, but I kind of want to finish this up. Let's see. Paper dot set. How does that work? Is it just a matter of saying 400, 200? Now I'm just hacking. All right. Well, we're not quite there yet. We're getting close though. So this is what we'll pick up with next time. So just to clarify, what we're doing here, we're creating the drawing area. Now what we need to do is we need to figure out how to get dimensions of Raphael paper. That's what we're going to do next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. I will see you then.